What you eat before bed can repair your brain. These five foods boost memory overnight. Dr. William Lee. The common belief that more sleep is the sole key to a sharper mind upon waking might be significantly incomplete. What if the true secret lies not in simply accumulating more hours of slumber, but in strategically nourishing your brain with the right elements before you even drift off? This isn't about fleeting wellness trends or complicated supplements. Instead, it delves into the profound impact of everyday foods readily available at your local grocery store. Scientific research has uncovered that specific dietary choices made in the evening can actively contribute to repairing memory function, reducing damaging inflammation within the brain, and even fostering the growth of new neural connections while you sleep. This is particularly crucial for individuals over the age of 60, a demographic often unknowingly depriving their brains of essential nutrients precisely when they are most needed for critical overnight restorative processes. Tonight, this understanding is poised to change, offering a path toward enhanced cognitive vitality. I am Dr. William Lee, and for more than 3 decades, my work has centered on understanding the intricate language between the food we consume and the cells that constitute our bodies. The insights I'm about to share are deeply rooted in solid neuroscience, moving far beyond anecdotal evidence. I am confident that your primary healthcare provider, amidst the constraints of a typical appointment, has likely never touched upon these specific dietary strategies for brain health. Before we embark on this exploration, allow me to recount a particular study that left me in absolute awe. Researchers at the esteemed University of Toronto conducted an investigation that yielded truly remarkable results. They discovered that older adults who consumed specific targeted nutrients within a 90-minute window before bedtime experienced a significant improvement in their memory consolidation scores, registering an increase of up to an astonishing 43% when compared to those who ingested less beneficial foods or nothing at all. To put this into perspective, a 43% improvement is not a marginal gain. It represents the difference between the daily frustration of searching for misplaced items like your glasses and the effortless recall of where they were left. It signifies the shift from a troubling blank space, often a source of anxiety for many as they age, to readily accessing cherished memories of a grandchild's birthday or significant life events. This impact is profound, particularly for those navigating the challenges of aging. As we delve deeper, I urge you to hold on to a pivotal piece of information. The single most potent brain repairing food you can consume before bed is something that individuals over the age of 70 have historically been advised to avoid. I will reveal this surprising revelation at the conclusion of our discussion, and I genuinely believe it will astonish you. Your commitment to staying with me until the end is highly recommended, as this final food is one that I advocate most strongly for my own patients. However, before we proceed, I would be genuinely interested to hear from you. Please consider sharing your age in the comments section below, and also indicate whether you have observed any changes in your memory or overall mental acuity over the past few years. I personally review every comment, as your feedback is invaluable in ensuring that I provide the most beneficial and relevant information to this engaged community. It is truly inspiring to see so many individuals proactively taking charge of their health, and I am eager to ensure you feel a part of this collective effort. Now, let us commence our journey through the countdown, starting from the fifth most powerful brain repairing bedtime food and progressing to the ultimate champion. Commencing at number 5 on our list is tart cherry juice. While many people associate cherries solely with sweet, summery delights, tart cherries, particularly the Montmorency variety, are a remarkable natural source of melatonin. They also contain a potent class of anti-inflammatory compounds known as anthocyanins. These compounds play a uniquely beneficial role in the aging brain. To simplify, as we age, a process called neuroinflammation can develop within the brain. Imagine this as a persistent traffic jam on your brain's intricate communication network. While signals still attempt to pass through, their speed and clarity are compromised, making memory formation and retrieval more challenging. For individuals past the age of 70, this traffic jam often intensifies, and leading researchers now recognize it as a significant contributor to age related memory difficulties. Tart cherry juice combats this issue on two crucial fronts simultaneously. The anthocyanins possess the ability to cross the blood brain barrier, which acts as the brain's protective security system. Once inside, they work to pacify inflammatory proteins called cytokines that can inflict damage on memory storing neurons. Concurrently, the natural melatonin present in tart cherries aids in regulating your sleep cycle, promoting deeper, slow wave sleep. This specific stage of sleep is when your brain performs its most intensive memory, consolidation, and repair work. A compelling study published in the European Journal of Nutrition demonstrated that adults over the age of 65 who consumed 8 ounces of tart cherry juice nightly for a period of 12 weeks experienced a 24% improvement in their sleep efficiency and achieved significantly higher scores on memory assessments. This is a monumental benefit for an aging body, especially considering that natural melatonin production can decrease by as much as half after the age of 65. Tart cherry juice offers a gentle yet effective way to replenish this with virtually no adverse side effects. To maximize its benefits, aim to drink 8 ounces of pure, unsweetened tart cherry juice approximately 60 to 90 minutes before bedtime. It is crucial to select juice that specifically lists Montmorency as the cherry variety. If the tartness is too intense, you can dilute it with a small amount of water, but it is vital to avoid adding sugar, as this can counteract the beneficial effects. For enhanced absorption, consider pairing it with a tiny portion of healthy fat, such as a few walnut halves or a teaspoon of olive oil on a cracker. We will revisit walnuts shortly, as they possess a synergistic relationship with tart cherries that is particularly noteworthy. Moving on to number 4, we have a food item that is likely already a staple in many kitchens, yet it is often overlooked for its optimal brain boosting potential when consumed before sleep. This food is Greek yogurt. The primary reason for its inclusion on this list is not solely its calcium or protein content, although those are certainly beneficial. The key element is tryptophan, an amino acid that your brain converts into serotonin, which subsequently transforms into melatonin. Think of tryptophan as the essential raw material delivered to your brain's factory. By consuming Greek yogurt before bed, you are effectively replenishing the entire production line, ensuring a steady supply for overnight repair processes. Now, let's address a critical point for anyone over the age of 60. As we age, our bodies can develop what is known as anabolic resistance, a reduced ability to efficiently utilize protein. Beyond the age of 70, both muscles and the brain can struggle to adequately extract necessary nutrients from protein consumed during the day. However, research originating from Maastricht University has revealed that slow digesting proteins, particularly those consumed in the evening, like casein found abundantly in Greek yogurt, behave differently. Because casein takes approximately 6 to 8 hours to break down, it ensures a continuous release of amino acids throughout the night. This provides your aging metabolism with a significantly extended window to absorb and utilize these vital building blocks. For your brain, this steady supply translates into a consistent source of raw material for repairing synaptic connections, which are the very sites where memories are stored. A single cup of full fat Greek yogurt typically contains between 17 to 20 grams of casein rich protein. A study conducted at Florida State University indicated that older adults who consumed 40 grams of casein protein before bed exhibited enhanced overnight muscle repair and improved cognitive recovery, particularly in an area known as cognitive flexibility, your ability to fluidly switch between different thoughts, a cognitive function that is often one of the first to diminish with age. To incorporate this into your routine, aim for 1 cup of full fat Greek yogurt, avoiding fat free varieties, about 45 minutes before bedtime. You can enhance its flavor and benefits by stirring in a small amount of raw honey, more on that later, or a few blueberries for an added anthocyanin boost. It is important to steer clear of granola or any accompaniments high in sugar or refined carbohydrates, as these can cause a surge in insulin levels at bedtime, thereby impeding the very repair processes you are seeking to support. If this information is proving as eye-opening for you as it has been for many of my patients, please take a moment to show your appreciation by hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. I am dedicated to releasing new videos every week, specifically designed for individuals who are serious about safeguarding their cognitive health and maintaining their independence as they age. Your support is truly invaluable. Now, let us transition to the top three, where the benefits become truly profound. At number three, we find walnuts. It is crucial to be specific here. Not mixed nuts, not almonds, not cashews, exclusively walnuts. The reason for their exceptional status lies in a unique compound that exerts a direct, measurable positive effect on the aging brain. I recall a patient named Margaret, a 74-year-old retired school teacher who came to me feeling deeply worried and frustrated. She was constantly misplacing items, losing track of conversations, and forgetting the names of people she had known for decades. Her physician had attributed these changes to normal aging, suggesting there was little that could be done. After Margaret began incorporating a small handful of walnuts into her nightly routine, within a mere 8 weeks, she shared with me, and I will never forget her words, "It feels like someone turned a light back on." While I am not making claims of miraculous cures, as individual responses can vary, Margaret's experience aligns perfectly with the robust scientific evidence supporting the benefits of walnuts. Walnuts stand out among nuts as being exceptionally rich in alpha linolenic acid, a type of omega 3 fatty acid, and they also boast high levels of polyphenols and a distinctive antioxidant known as ellagic acid. However, the most significant contribution of walnuts to brain health stems from their precursors to DHA, docosahexaenoic acid. Your body converts these precursors into DHA, which constitutes approximately 60% of the structural fat in your brain. Consider DHA as the insulating material that protects your brain's electrical wiring. Without an adequate supply of DHA, the signals transmitted between brain cells become slow, distorted, and inefficient. After the age of 65, your brain's capacity to maintain optimal DHA levels declines dramatically, leaving most individuals with an unrecognized deficiency. A study published in the Journal of Nutrition, Health, and Aging found that older adults who regularly consumed walnuts demonstrated superior memory recall, faster processing speeds, and greater mental flexibility. Further underscoring their impact, a separate UCLA study involving over 600 participants with an average age of 68 revealed a remarkable association. A higher intake of walnuts was linked to a 52% lower risk of experiencing cognitive decline. That 52% statistic alone is worthy of widespread public attention. The timing of consumption is also critical, particularly in relation to your brain's nightly cleansing mechanism, known as the glymphatic system. During deep sleep, this system diligently flushes out metabolic waste products, including amyloid plaques, which are implicated in the development of Alzheimer's disease. This cleansing process relies on the health of brain cell membranes, which are constructed from the fatty acids provided by walnuts. Therefore, consuming walnuts before bed provides the building blocks for efficient overnight brain cleanup. Aim for 1 to 1.5 ounces of raw or dry roasted walnuts, roughly a small handful or about 14 halves, approximately 60 minutes before you go to sleep. Avoid walnuts that have been roasted in oil or salted, as these can introduce inflammatory elements. And here's an insightful tip. Pairing walnuts with the tart cherry juice we discussed at number 5 can amplify their benefits. The combined effect of cherry anthocyanins and walnut polyphenols creates a more potent anti inflammatory response in the brain than either component would achieve individually. Together, they function like an expert evening maintenance crew for your brain, and this effective routine can cost less than $2 per night. At number 2, we find a food that has been a part of the human diet for millennia. Ancient healers across various cultures consistently prescribed it for its purported mental clarity benefits, and modern neuroscience is now validating their ancient wisdom. This food is raw honey. It is imperative to be specific regarding its type and quantity, as the honey commonly found in many pantries may not be the same beneficial product I am referring to. Raw, unprocessed honey, particularly varieties like Manuka or local raw wildflower honey, contains a flavonoid called pinosembrin. This compound is exceptionally rare in most foods. Research from the University of Waikato in New Zealand has demonstrated that pinosembrin actively promotes the growth of new neurons in the hippocampus, the brain, region primarily responsible for forming and storing memories. The generation of new brain cells, a process known as neurogenesis, was once believed to cease in early adulthood. However, we now understand that it continues throughout our entire lives, and our dietary choices can significantly influence its rate. Raw honey acts as a catalyst, accelerating this process, while processed sugars have the opposite effect. After the age of 75, the hippocampus can shrink by approximately 1% to 2% annually if it is not actively protected. This shrinkage directly impacts episodic memory, the type of memory that allows us to recall conversations, experiences, and the names of loved ones. Fortunately, researchers in India have found that the daily consumption of raw honey can boost BDNF, brain derived neurotrophic factor. You can think of BDNF as a type of fertilizer for your brain, promoting the growth, maintenance, and repair of neurons. Adults over 60 typically exhibit BDNF levels that are 30% to 40% lower than those of younger adults. Raw honey helps to elevate these levels. Furthermore, raw honey has been shown to reduce cortisol, the body's primary stress hormone. Elevated cortisol levels at night can be profoundly detrimental to the aging brain, as it can literally lead to the death of hippocampal neurons and disrupt deep sleep. Raw honey elicits a mild insulin response that helps to lower cortisol levels before bed, thereby calming the hormonal storm that would otherwise interfere with overnight brain repair. The optimal dosage is 1 to 2 teaspoons of raw honey, consumed about 30 minutes before bedtime. Exceeding this amount can lead to an excessive insulin spike, which can be counterproductive. It is absolutely essential that the honey is raw and unheated, as pasteurization destroys the pinosembrin and the enzymes crucial for neuron growth. It can be stirred into warm herbal tea, but ensure the temperature does not exceed 40 degrees Celsius, 104 degrees Fahrenheit, as excessive heat will denature the active compounds. For an ultimate bedtime synergy, consider pairing raw honey with your Greek yogurt. The casein protein in the yogurt slows down the release of the honey's sugars, extending the cortisol lowering effect throughout the night. And now we arrive at number one, the most powerful brain repairing food you can consume before bed. This is the very food that individuals over the age of 70 have often been advised to shun, and in my extensive career, it represents the most critical dietary intervention for cognitive longevity. It is fatty fish. Specifically, I am referring to wild caught salmon, sardines, or mackerel, consumed as a light evening meal or a substantial snack approximately 2 hours before bedtime. I recognize that some of you may be thinking about concerns regarding cholesterol or the notion that eating late can lead to weight gain. You may have encountered numerous reasons to approach fish consumption at night with caution. However, I implore you to momentarily set aside those preconceived notions, as the gap between conventional advice and the actual scientific evidence on this topic has never been wider. Wild fatty fish are the most concentrated source of readily available DHA and EPA, the two omega 3 fatty acids that are not merely beneficial for your brain, but are, in fact, its fundamental building blocks. By dry weight, your brain is composed of approximately 60% fat, and the single most important fat within that 60% is DHA. Every neuron is encased in a membrane largely composed of DHA. Every synapse that stores memories requires DHA for its integrity and strength. Every signal transmitted between brain cells is dependent on its presence. Here lies a critical insight for aging individuals. After the age of 60, your liver's ability to convert plant-based omega-3s, those found in sources like walnuts and flax seeds, into brain-ready DHA diminishes by roughly 60% to 70%. This means that plant-based sources provide only a fraction of the benefit they would have offered in your 40s. Consequently, the only reliably effective method for ensuring adequate DHA intake after 60 is to obtain it directly from fatty fish. Research from Rush University Medical Center, which was part of the landmark MIND study involving over 900 older adults, revealed that individuals who consumed fish at least once a week exhibited brain function comparable to that of individuals 11 years younger, compared to those who rarely or never ate fish. 11 years younger, this is not a subtle difference. It represents a decade of aging essentially reversed by a single dietary habit. The timing of evening consumption is again relevant due to the glymphatic system, your brain's overnight cleaning crew. This system becomes active during deep sleep and is responsible for clearing out waste, including amyloid beta. This flushing process is significantly more effective when brain cell membranes are rich in DHA, as flexible and healthy membranes allow the cleansing fluid to circulate with greater ease. Researchers at the University of Rochester have found that glymphatic clearance can be up to 60% more efficient during sleep when DHA levels are optimal. Consuming fatty fish in the evening ensures that DHA is circulating in your bloodstream precisely when your brain is engaged in its most intensive cleaning operations. Wild salmon also contains astaxanthin, a potent antioxidant that can penetrate the brain and protect the mitochondria, the energy producing powerhouses within your neurons. After the age of 65, these mitochondria begin to falter, producing less energy and generating more damaging free radicals. Astaxanthin helps to counteract this decline. Fatty fish also provides vitamin D3, vitamin B12, and selenium, three nutrients that a significant number of seniors are deficient in, all of which are directly linked to brain health. Vitamin B12 deficiency alone is estimated to affect 15% to 40% of adults over 60 and is associated with brain shrinkage, memory loss, and mood disturbances. A 4-ounce serving of wild salmon provides approximately 80% of your daily B12 requirement in a highly absorbable form. Scientists at the Karolinska Institute in Sweden conducted a 7-year study involving over 1,000 adults aged 60 to 90. They discovered that participants with the highest omega 3 blood levels at the outset of the study experienced a 73% reduction in hippocampal shrinkage over the 7-year period. 73%. The hippocampus is your brain's central hub for memory. It is the very structure that Margaret, Robert, and countless other patients of mine have felt subtly shrinking, often with no clear solution offered. The encouraging truth is that there is something you can actively do. The key lies in consuming the right foods at the right time. Opt for wild Alaskan salmon or sardines packed in water. High quality canned sardines and salmon are also excellent nutritional choices and are considerably more affordable and convenient. A 4 to 5 ounce serving consumed about 2 hours before bed allows your body ample time to digest the meal and release the fatty acids in sync with your natural sleep cycle. Keep the preparation simple: baked, steamed, or enjoyed straight from the can. Avoid heavy sauces, breading, or frying, as these can introduce inflammation and negate the health benefits. To further enhance your evening brain protocol, consider pairing your fatty fish with 1 to 2 teaspoons of raw honey about 30 minutes after your fish meal. The honey's ability to lower cortisol creates a more tranquil brain environment, enabling the omega 3s to perform their most effective repair work overnight. By combining fatty fish with a small handful of walnuts and 1 to 2 teaspoons of raw honey as your complete evening brain strategy, you are comprehensively supporting your brain's health. You are providing it with DHA for structural repair, BDNF to stimulate new neuron growth, glymphatic support for efficient waste removal, and robust anti inflammatory benefits, coupled with cortisol management. This coordinated, cost effective nightly routine offers profound advantages. The scientific references supporting all the information I have shared today are provided in the description below. I strongly encourage you to review them, discuss them with your healthcare provider, and explore how these foods might integrate into your personal health plan. Allow me to conclude with a message I frequently share with my patients, and I mean it with the deepest sincerity. The notion that cognitive decline is an inevitable consequence of aging, that your brain is destined for a unidirectional descent after the age of 65 with no possibility of intervention, is one of the most damaging myths perpetuated by modern medicine. This is not to say that aging is without its biological changes, but rather that this belief becomes a self fulfilling prophecy when individuals internalize it and cease to actively strive for brain health. The individuals I have witnessed who maintain sharp minds, independence, and their authentic selves well into their 80s are not those who possess genetically perfect brains. Instead, they are the ones who consistently make healthier choices. And now you possess the knowledge of precisely where to begin. If you find this type of content beneficial, please ensure you subscribe to Mobile Lab for more informative videos designed to empower your health journey.